Hi everybody. So I'm gonna make sure I'm on. Let me see. See if I pop up in the right place. Oh, there I am. Okay, so good evening. I'll give a couple minutes for people to come on if they want to. And then I will just explain to you how I set up my online trunk shows and what has worked for me and what hasn't. And then you guys can ask questions if you'd like. So I have been a stylist since April, 2 years, it'll be 2 years in April. And so I realized that when I wanted to make this, a business and become a stylist that is, actually doing trunk shows, because at first I was just going to be a kidnapper. I thought to myself, okay, so I have to figure out how to make my business work with my husband's schedule, my kids' schedule, and I have lived around the country, and so a lot of my friends I connect through Facebook. So the online trunk shows have been a great way for me to be able to sustain a business when I can't necessarily get out of my house. I much prefer to get out of my house, and I will tell you that the online trunk shows are, more work than the in-home trunk shows. I host as coach, just like I host as coach for an in-home trunk show. When I book a trunk show online, I set up an event in Facebook. I send a hostess packet to my hostess with a full-size lookbook, so she has one to look at and share. I send her a couple minis with the link to the trunk show on the back as the address, so she can hand them out or she can share them at work. And I also put in there my best practices for a successful online trunk show for her. So some hostesses listen and some don't, but I do recommend keeping the invite to about 50 to 60. And I suggest that the hostess send a message to her guests from the event. So when she messages them saying, hey, I'm having a Style on Trunk show, I really like their accessories, my stylist is going to be putting on a style session for us, I hope you can join us, I ask her to do that from the Facebook event, because it actually creates the link to the Facebook event will pop up in the message. So it makes it a lot easier for people who don't know how to work, who aren't on a lot of Facebook events, or people who don't use Facebook regularly. That will give them the link to the event where they can say that they're going to go. So that kind of helps to ease people missing it on calendars or missing the notifications. So I do that, and I set the Facebook event to run for about 2 weeks, because that's how long Facebook will let you run them. So I have a 2-week window, and I post for 2 days before the style event and just kind of give them a heads up of what my style sessions are like, what to expect, that they'll see lots of posts. And then I also have in there, the first couple days I'll put in the boxes that have like 1 through 10, and it'll say, pick which bag is your favorite, or which one of these is your favorite pair of earrings, put the number in comments below. So it starts to engage the conversation, gets them looking at things, gets it populating in their feed. And then day 3 is when I do an online style session in the evening. So I will do, I did a bunch of videos. I took a day, which is also part of the labor task. I took a work day, and I created videos of myself with my little mannequin. Let me show you. Here she is. Isn't she lovely, ladies? So this is my friend that joins me in my videos. And I will put her in a graphic tee and make a short video of how I would style graphic tees. I would put her in a cold shoulder top or a blush top and show how I would style that. If I was going to show some earrings, I'd either put the earrings next to the mannequin, or I would be wearing the earrings, just to kind of show how I would style things. And I keep the videos about 5 to 6 minutes in length, so that it doesn't overwhelm a viewer. They can catch up as they'd like, and they can also, stop, go do something, come back. I've done Facebook Live trunk shows, and for me, the they run kind of long or they haven't worked and it was unreliable for me. So I do a live welcome, and I thank the hostess just like you would for an in-home. So it's, you know, my hello, my group hello. I welcome everybody. I tell them how it's going to work. I let them know about our shipping. And I kind of let my personality show in the live video and how I know the hostess. And the videos have really proven to be helpful because they can ask questions and comment below in the videos, and I can cycle them over and over again because I do a whole set with the spring line. And again, for summer, I'll create a whole nother set of videos for summer. I do use Tiny Torch, which is an auto posting service. And let me see if there's anything. Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out if I'm still coming through. Oh, there you are. Okay. See, it's not showing me any of your questions on my phone. I have to keep looking in on my computer. So if I look this way, I'm checking to make sure you guys aren't asking anything. So I use Tiny Torch as an auto posting service, and it allows me to post what's called a campaign or a script. And I will take a work day again, and I will create a script for the month, and it'll have the entire spring line. I'll have pictures, and I'll talk about my Facebook group and postings. I'll talk about becoming a stylist, the stylist opportunity, hosting your own trunk show, what the rewards are like. So I do create a campaign so that I can use it and cycle it over and over again. So when summer comes, I will take a work day, and I will create my videos with my buddy, and then I will create my campaign that I will use in my trunk shows. So the auto posting service really helps because it will I set posts for early morning, and I set posts for the evening, and I'll set a couple posts for afternoon around lunchtime, just in case. I kind of know when people, if they're having a lunch break or a work break, they will check their Facebook while they're sitting on a break. So I do most of them early morning and most of them in the evening. And I do about 6 posts in a day. Just pretty pictures. The TSEOs, I'll put those up. Any sales that we're having. So that way it's constantly being popped up in their feed and they're thinking about things. So it will run for the whole 2 weeks. And then I actually even set in my Tiny Torch script for it to post a last call image on day 20 of the trunk show. So anybody who RSVP'd yes or maybe to the trunk show, even though the event has been closed by Facebook, it'll still show up on their feed as a last call. So those are things I don't have to worry about, because I tried before to be the one posting and keeping up on it, but you get kind of overwhelmed and life takes over. So it's really nice to know that there are things that are constantly going in there. And then when I have a break, or if I'm home and I'm looking cute and I want to be like, oh, look at my earrings, I'll get on Facebook Live in the event and say like, hi, just wanted to say hi in Darcy's trunk show, and I just wanted to show you what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a blush top that I got from Target, and I'm wearing these adorable Nyla chandeliers, and like my hair is messy and I don't have a lot of makeup on, and I just have this basic top from Target, but when I put these earrings on, I'm completely finished. And so I'll do those kind of short things here and there just to keep everybody, you know, the momentum going and let them know that I'm still there. But the auto posts have really helped. So for Mo, I actually do find that people don't order as much the night of the style session, and they do order throughout. For every order, I do put a thank you, and I tag the person who ordered, and I tag the hostess so that she knows that that person ordered. And it also is another way to put a pretty picture up into the feed so that people can say, oh yeah, like Sally just ordered. I should go online and place an order. And it's another pretty picture of another art, you know, like a bag or a pair of sunglasses or something. I don't call out what they've ordered. I just say thank you for placing an order. Let me know when you get your goodies. I hope you love them. Or, oh, that's one of my favorites. But I never say what they ordered in case it's a gift. Or, you know, because if somebody just buys a pair of sparkle studs to support the party, I don't want them to feel like, you know, well, oh, so-and-so ordered a Rebel and a pair of earrings and a bag, and I'm just ordering ear climbers. So I don't ever want anybody to feel bad about what they ordered or didn't. And I don't ever want to give away a gift for somebody. So I just say, you know, thank you for ordering. and that has helped. But a lot of times it'll be the first couple of days are kind of crickets, and there have been times where absolutely no one comments on any of my videos, and I feel like nobody's watching. I had a trunk show a few weeks ago that was $1,300, and nobody commented on anything. I don't even know. I was like, oh, so people are actually seeing that this is going on. So you kind of can't give up if you don't feel like people are looking at things. I also find that it's a game of numbers, because for every purple dot trunk show I have online, I have a couple where there's 1 or 2 orders in them. But I take that as an opportunity. Anybody who likes a post, anybody who comments on anything, even if they don't order, I'm reaching out to connect to them, to invite them to my VIP Facebook group, to start a conversation, because I look at them as contacts. And they're the best kind of contacts because they're people I don't know and they're all over the country, so I have no problem asking them if they want to do a trunk show. I have no problem saying, you know, hey, that necklace that you liked in so-and-so's trunk show is on sale now. Here's the link if you want to buy it. So I am always keeping those people in mind as contacts and people I can get in touch with later. So even if they don't buy anything in the trunk show, there's still people I'm taking note of, I'm contacting, I'm asking them if they want style tips. So they also know that I'm here as a stylist and not just trying to sell them something and disappear. So let's see, what else? So how do I relay? So Cindy's asking, how do you relay your best tips for hostesses? So I actually have an Evernote document that I just have that is top tips for a successful trunk show. So it tells the hostess to tag, like, and comment, to tagging their friends will bring them into a picture if they're not seeing it. I think one of the things that we forget, because we're always on Facebook, is that sometimes people can be off Facebook for a day or two. And so that's part of the reason why I do a 2-week trunk show, because I know friends of mine get on Facebook once every 4 or 5 days, if that. And then your notifications end up so flooded with everything that you might miss something. So I want people to be tagged in posts so that it's like, oh, like she tagged me in this, I should go check it. Instead of just Vicky posted, because in the notifications it'll say Vicky posted in this event. And so if they're seeing that their friend is posting in the event, that really helps to bring it to their attention. So I always want her to tag, like, and comment. I've had hostesses post their own videos if they're comfortable. One of the hostesses that had a super successful trunk show got on and did a Facebook Live in the pieces that she already had and talked about versatility, why she liked it, and it just made people feel really connected to her and that she had a genuine interest in the pieces. And if the hostess can convey to the guests of the trunk show that she doesn't just want the free stuff, she actually wants them to accessorize, it's more successful. The people who, I've had hostesses post like, hey guys, place your orders, I really want free stuff. And it's like, no, please don't say that, that's so bad. Because it's really that you want everybody to enjoy Stella and Dot. Another thing that I have found is that people who see videos of you as a stylist and people who are hearing your voice as the stylist engage with you more. So when I first started, I didn't know how to do this. I was terrified. I had no sense of style. I was so unoriginal. And I took a script that was floating around in one of the Facebook groups, and I copied and pasted, and I dragged the same pictures, and it just didn't seem like me. And so as soon as I started to do live videos or videos of myself, you know, or videos of my daughter Vanna whiting my bags, people were all over it because they feel like I am genuinely like, hey, I really love this stuff. I'm not trying to make money off of you. I just want you to enjoy this product. When that's being conveyed by your original message, and it's not just a, you know, the scripts are okay, but for me personally, I just feel like everybody hears me when they see my posts. And people that are in my VIP group know what how I talk about products, and they'll see me in my videos be so genuinely excited that they really, really want to be a part of what I have and what I'm doing because I'm like crazy excited about something. And so that enthusiasm actually really conveys through to people and they want a part of that. So let's see. Do I mention the rewards the hostesses get? So I had a hostess who made bank and placed one giant hostess order. And when she placed it, I messaged her and I said, hey, I really, really would love for you to take a picture of all of the rewards that you've gotten. So if you could please, like when you get it, open it up and take a picture and post it in the event, post in my VIP group. I really, really appreciate that. And she did, and I had 3 people from her party want to have a party after they saw what she got. And then I had some VIPs see all the rewards that she got, and they wanted to have style sessions too. So it really, I didn't necessarily put the dollar amount out there, but I had the hostess take a picture, and she was so excited with all the free stuff that she got. Of course she was like, oh yeah, I'll take a picture, this is awesome. So that really helped spark some interest from other people. So that was good. I always ask the hostesses to take pictures of what they've gotten. And I love pictures in my VIP group of people that get their pieces, and you know, they're like, I'm rocking my new sunnies, and those kind of things all draw more attention in a genuine manner. So I love it when they do that. Yes, Cindy. I love when you start crying over something. People, I do this like, oh my gosh, like, oh my God, I can't even right now. You can't believe this, guys. And like, I'll pull it out, and I'm genuinely that excited. And I'll like rip off what I'm wearing and put it on, or, you know, I torment my children and have them climb in bags for me. Like, Abby, get in this bag. Mom, I don't want to. Get in the bag. Everybody wants to see how cute you are in the bag. You know, so I think that those are all just genuine ways for people to see how much fun Stella and Dot is and how great the products are. So I do that. What else do I do for my actual, like for the trunk show scripts that I find are really, really good things? Aside from like the live videos and the videos of my dummy friend, I feel like posts of my, like what I'm wearing that day, I'll take a selfie and then I'll just load it into all my events and say, this is what I wore today. That has been really beneficial. So just, you know, sharing the style in a way that people see that you're working it into your everyday life. You know, there are days when I'm in a Lulu hoodie and some jeans and Chucks, and I put on my fancy earrings or even just the hammered hoops, and I say, like, I feel like crud today, but I'm gonna make myself look pretty just by putting in some hoops. And so people can relate to that, because there are days when we just don't want to get fancy, but we want to feel better about ourselves, so a pair of earrings can go a long way. So Cindy, so in Tiny Torch, so Cindy asks, so you create a new script for each collection or month, and what I do is in Tiny Torch, you can actually, it's called cloning a campaign. So it takes what you've done and makes an exact copy of it. And then I can pull out the trunk show exclusives from last month, put in a new one from this month. And I also can change out videos of things, because I'll do a video of the trunk show exclusives that I have in my house. So I'll pull that out and put a new one in. And then for the new line, I will, because I'm doing so many online trunk shows, it's actually better for me to just plug through a whole day of styling and doing short videos. And I want them to be fresh. And I have hostesses who come off of other trunk shows, and I don't ever want a hostess to have a trunk show after being a guest of a trunk show and feel like it's the exact same thing. So I do change it up, and if I feel like, you know, like, oh, this hostess was a trunk show guest a couple weeks ago, I can't use the exact same thing, I'll switch it up and I'll copy the campaign, but I'll delete some things or add some new things, make some new videos, just so I have some backups. So that's the nice thing about using Tiny Torch. I've used Post My Party I've used Share and I've used Tiny Torch, and I find that Tiny Torch is the best for me because I can post into my groups with it and I can post into events with it. And because I can clone the campaigns, I can have like spring A, spring B, and it's 80% the same, but there's still some variations, so that's really helpful. So let's see. Do you employ any of these tactics in Facebook invites to in-person shows? So I'm trying to figure out, Mo, what you mean by that question. So for an in-person show, I first of all ask them for emails and tell them to use the invite system, because I feel like with the reminders and all that stuff, that is my number one way to get people in the system and reminded and everything. It is like an oldie but goodie. And then I create a red stamp invite and I text them that picture and tell them to use that. And then about a week to 10 days before an in-home, I'll do a Facebook event, and I will do a live video in there telling everybody who I am and what a trunk show is going to be like, and to invite a friend, so they can kind of get a sense of who I am, so I'm not a total stranger when I walk in the door. I did this for my last trunk show that I had on Sunday, and it was my most successful in-home trunk show in quite a while, because I did do a live video saying like, hi, I'm Vicky, I'm your stylist, I can't wait to see you, I'm so excited, I'm going to show you the spring line, and we have some summer previews, and I talked about how it works, and I think it kind of helped like warm people up and make people comfortable with what was going to be going on, and just that it was fun and it was not, just easygoing and low key. So I did do that in the Facebook event, which I'll probably end up doing from now on, but I hold off on the Facebook event until like a week to 10 days before, because I feel like Facebook events don't get seen and they get forgotten. So I try to be really calculating on how much notice I create with a Facebook event, and the same with an online trunk show. I try not to get the hostess to invite people 3 weeks in advance because nobody remembers it by the time it starts. So do any of these, so I got your question, Mo. So if you have any other questions, but yeah, I do try to use the invite system first, and then I send a red stamp in case they want to text an image to people, and then I do the Facebook event, and I'll do a live video like, welcome, hey, this is what's going to happen. Tiny Torch, you don't have to pay for Tiny Torch, but you do have to pay for Tiny Torch if you want everything. So it's kind of like that free, cool app that only gives you 2 font options, but if you want 50 font options and the really cool font options, you have to pay $3.99. So I pay for Tiny Torch because I would say 90% of my business is online, and so that ease of being able to, I have like, right now I have 6 or 7 trunk shows that are going, and so for me to have to keep track of where I posted, how often I'm posting, to just be able to have that all set and auto run so that I'm still present every day, is worth it to me. But for somebody who's just starting out, I would say try the trial. Don't invest in things unless the cost outweighs, or the benefit outweighs the cost. So, so that's something that I would consider, especially for new stylists. If you are interested in doing a lot of online business, I would just see how things go using the basic before I would invest in the professional big deal thing. But it is nice, and I will say that being able to post into my Facebook group, so if I go out of town for a long time, I can set up a few posts in my Facebook group so that people, if there's like sales going on or dollars and I want to remind people, I can set up some posts to auto post. So that's nice. So, okay. Cindy, I'm sure you didn't ramble. you might think, and there are times when I'm like, I just blah, 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 and it's fine, because I think people enjoy the authenticity and the excitement and the originality of those kind of interactions on Facebook. I find some of my most train wreck moments are the ones that people will say, oh, I saw you doing that thing, and that was really funny, and I like those earrings, by the way, can you send me the link? So they really do actually work. I think that the more authentic and real you can be, the better. So there are times when I, like, this is a good hair day sometimes for me, and I'll watch my videos back and I'll look and I'll have like gone to get something off the floor and I've got like a peacock head or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I look like that. But for people to see that I can look like that, and then I can throw on a sweatshirt, put my hair in a twist, and put on some earrings, and I can look put together, it makes them feel like, okay, if she can do that, I can do that. And I get a lot more of that now than I used to get, oh, I could never pull that off. So I don't want people to say, I could never pull off what you just did. I could never pull off what you're wearing. I want them to be like, oh my gosh, I could so do that. If she could do that in the hot mess that she is, then I can do that. So that's my goal, really, pretty much. So Ashley, you asked, most of my business is online. So I don't, I try to schedule 1 or 2 in-homes a month, but mostly they're all online. So it's been, I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel anytime soon, but it is fun to change it up a little bit. But I think that the biggest thing that I can tell you is that a little while ago, I tried to reinvent the wheel and tried to change what I was doing, and that's when it started to go wonky on me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and don't try to be something that somebody else is. The minute you try to emulate, try to clone somebody else instead of being yourself, is when you're gonna have the trickiest time, I think, online. So be genuine, be fun, and show your SD joy, because the minute you're joyful, it starts to work. So I hope this all works for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I am going to get some kids to bed. I promised 8:30 I would read some books. So, but like I said, I'll keep checking back, and if you have any other questions, let me know. Lori, last question, you said average trunk show for me is, so I think, right now I have one that just qualified. I have one that had a $257 order. I had one that was $1,300. I had one that was $1,054. So for every, let's see, for every, 5 trunk shows, I have one that's crickets, I have one that qualifies, I have one that does over 500, and then I have, one that's like amazing. So, so yeah, it's all just a game of numbers. Oh, and then, lighting. Okay, so I will break the secrets. I will show you all. So I invested in my lighting because we live in the Northwest where lighting sucks. There's no natural light. So I will take you around and show you exactly what it looks like, because it's also like the power of online. So I have this light ring that I use most of the time, and then I actually have a 2-pack of lights, like studio lights. Yeah, that was a Christmas present to myself. So I have those that I'm using right now. If I don't want the ring eyeballs, those actually help with that. So that is my lighting. So have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna get some kids to bed, and I hope that this was helpful.